Deep beneath the waves, in a sparkling coral reef of every color imaginable, lived a small red fish named Ruby. Ruby was not much bigger than a sea star. Her scales shimmered like tiny rubies whenever sunlight pierced the surface. She lived among the coral branches with her neighbors. Ruby was kind. She shared the best hiding spots with smaller fish. She never took more than her share of floating seaweed, and every evening she sang a soft, bubbling song that made the whole reef feel calm and safe. But beyond the reef, in the dark, cold waters of a deep trench, lived the shark gang. There were 3 of them. The leader was a huge gray shark named Slash, with a scar across his nose. His 2 followers were Snip, a fast, pointy-nosed shark, and Rip, a heavy, slow shark with 1 torn fin. The gang ruled the open water through fear. They took whatever they wanted. They chased away smaller fish. They bit holes in fishing nets just to watch the catch scatter. Every fish in the reef knew the shark gang, and every fish was afraid. One cloudy morning, the gang swam close to the reef for the first time in months. Slash had heard that the coral was full of plump, slow fish. The 3 sharks circled the edge of the reef like dark clouds. The reef erupted in panic. Clownfish darted into anemones. Tangs hid behind rocks. Even the sea turtles pulled in their heads. Ruby, the little red fish, watched from a crack in the coral. She saw the shark gang circling. She saw them knock over a beautiful purple fan coral just for fun. And she felt something strange. Not fear, but sadness. The sharks were not hungry. They were just mean. The gang swam away that afternoon, but everyone knew they would return. And they did. The next day and the next. Each time, they grew bolder. They began to tear apart the outer edges of the reef, breaking coral branches. The reef was becoming sick and quiet. Ruby could not stop thinking about the sharks. She was so small. They were so big. But she noticed something the others had missed. One night, while the rest of the reef slept, Ruby swam to the edge of the trench where the gang lived. Her tiny red glow was the only light in the dark water. She saw the 3 sharks resting on the sandy bottom, their eyes half open. Ruby noticed something sad. Snip had a twisted fin that never healed properly. Rip had a scarred belly from an old fight. And Slash, even in sleep, looked angry and lonely. They had no friends. No one sang near them. No one offered them food. They were the most powerful fish in the ocean, and also the most alone. Ruby swam back to the reef with an idea. It was a risky, foolish, impossible idea, but she had to try. The next morning, when the shark gang appeared, every fish hid as usual, except Ruby. She swam out into the open water to face Slash. Her red scales flashed like a tiny fire. Slash stopped. He had never seen a fish swim toward him before. Snip and Rip circled behind, ready to trap her. But Ruby did not run. She did not scream. She simply floated there, calm and still. Then she did something no fish had ever done. She began to sing her soft, bubbling song. The song was gentle and slow, like water flowing over smooth stones. Slash opened his jaws. He could have swallowed Ruby in one bite, but something made him pause. The song was not a challenge. It was not a plea. It was simply beautiful. And no one had ever offered him anything beautiful before. Snip and Rip blinked his heavy eyes. The song made them feel something they had forgotten: peace. Ruby sang for a full minute. Then she stopped and simply looked at the three sharks. She did not beg, she did not threaten, she just waited. They turned and swam away. They did not attack, they just left. The other fish could not believe their eyes. What had Ruby done? Had she cast a spell? No, she had done something much harder. In that moment, she had made them feel seen. The shark gang did not return the next day, or the next. A week passed. Then something surprising happened. Snip appeared alone at the edge of the reef. He did not charge or snap. He simply swam in slow circles, as if looking for Ruby. Ruby swam out to meet him. She saw that his twisted fin was red and swollen. Without a word, she led him to a cleaning station where tiny shrimp picked parasites off wounded fish. The next day, Rip came. He swam clumsily, his torn fin slowing him down. Ruby guided him to a patch of soft seagrass where he could rest. Rip did not know how to say thank you, but his eyes were soft. Finally, Slash came. He swam to the edge of the reef, alone. His scarred nose looked less scary up close. Ruby swam to him and did something even braver. She led him to the heart of the reef, where all the small fish lived. They trembled at first, but Ruby sang her song again, and slowly the fear faded. Slash looked around. He saw families of fish swimming together. He saw a world he had never been invited into. And for the first time in his life, he felt ashamed of how he had behaved. He did not apologize with words. He turned his body so that his sharp fins pointed away from the small fish. He swam to the outer edge of the reef and began to guard it instead of attacking it. Snip and Rip joined him. They became the reef's unexpected protectors. When larger sharks came looking for trouble, the shark gang chased them away. And Ruby? Ruby went back to her quiet life among the coral. She still sang her soft song every evening, but now 3 dark shapes sat at the edge of the reef, listening. They never came closer. They never needed to. They had found something better than fear. They had found a place where they belonged. And everyone remembered the small red fish who had faced a gang of sharks, not with teeth or speed, but with a song and a heart that refused to be afraid. Because sometimes the smallest creature can teach the largest one what it means to be truly strong.